Are we ready for a deep dive into the truly weird?
Let's do it.
Okay, so today we're tackling extraterrestrials, but not quite your usual UFO watch party.
Right.
This deep dive, we're looking at Bright Garlick, and, well, he claims to have met aliens.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
This blog post we're diving into is called Read Here First.
Okay, so it sounds like he's really laying it all out there.
He really is, yeah.
Interesting.
And it's a lot. It's a wild ride. You ready to go on this journey?
I'm strapped in. Let's go.
Okay. So right off the bat, Garlick throws a lot at us. He's got advanced degrees, he says, in microbiology and neuroscience. But he also talked about how he used to teach about climate change, but now disagrees with it completely. What's the deal?
Well, it's interesting, right? Because he admits to changing his mind. And to me, that's kind of refreshing. He's not afraid to say, you know what, I used to think this way, but I've learned and grown, and now I see things differently.
Yeah. And he really, really wants you to know what he doesn't believe in.
Yeah.
Like, he is very adamant about no grays, no reptilians, no Ashtar command. Like, he lists it all out.
It's like he's trying to redefine what it means to be interested in ETs.
And he even calls, this is my favorite, he calls David Icke sticky icky.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's a whole different take.
Yeah. He's pushing back against what he sees as this, sensationalized side of the UFO community and really trying to ground it in something a little bit more, I don't know, realistic, or at least his version of reality.
Right. And I think it's interesting, too, because he even says to the people who reach out to him about their own ET experiences that I can't answer every plea. He's not trying to be this, like, ET guru.
Yeah. It's good he's setting those boundaries because he's clearly a busy guy.
So it's not just aliens that he's interested in. It's environmental collapse, consciousness. He even mentions he's writing a musical about ET contact.
Wow. Okay, so we have a Renaissance man on our hands.
Right. A little bit of everything.
But it all kind of ties together, right? He seems to be looking for these connections between all these different things, these bigger picture connections. Like, to understand aliens, we have to understand ourselves and our planet better.
So what about the aliens? I mean, he talks about meeting them, even names a couple, Dude and Anamika. Is he serious?
I mean, whether he is or isn't, it is interesting. It's like he's trying to make aliens less alien, right? They're just these beings. Dude and Anamika, they're out there, maybe disguised as humans, a different way of looking at it, less spaceships and lasers, more about different cultures and perspectives, maybe even senses of humor.
He did mention an art project with his ex-wife where they're depicting these different ET races. I'd love to see that.
Oh, yeah, me too. What does she think about all this?
Right. And then there's this other thing, the Life After Life project.
Okay.
This is where he talks about communicating with Albert Einstein.
Wow. Okay, so we're really going there.
So what's your take on that? Have you ever even considered that consciousness can exist beyond the physical body, or that we could communicate with historical figures like that?
I mean, it's definitely not something I think about every day. But it is fascinating, right?
Yeah.
This idea that our consciousness isn't limited to our bodies and that there's this whole other realm of existence where we can potentially connect with minds from the past.
It's definitely a lot to process.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying aliens could be walking among us and we wouldn't even know it.
Right. Blending in, just going about their day.
Maybe that guy in line for coffee this morning was actually an extraterrestrial from like a whole other galaxy.
And he just really wants to try an oat latte.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But speaking of his creativity, he mentioned this art project with his ex-wife where they depict these ET races.
Right, right. It's like he's trying to bring these encounters into the physical world to give people a way to visualize what he's experienced.
And using art as a tool for exploring these, big, complex ideas. But then he takes it a step further with this whole Life After Life project.
This is where things get really interesting.
Yeah. He claims he's communicating with Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein.
Bold move.
So now he's not just talking about aliens. He's talking about consciousness beyond the physical body, about connecting with historical figures.
Yeah.
What's your take on all of that? Like, have you ever considered the possibility of something like that?
Honestly, it's not something I think about every day, but it is intriguing.
Right.
It makes you question everything we think we know about consciousness, about life and death, about the nature of reality itself.
And it makes me wonder, how much of this is rooted in his own personal experiences? Because he also talks pretty candidly about his cancer diagnosis.
Yes, and he doesn't shy away from the difficult stuff.
Not at all. He even connects it back to his broader worldview.
It's like he's saying, this is all part of the human experience, even the challenging parts, and here's how I'm trying to make sense of it all.
And what I appreciate is that he's not afraid to be vulnerable to share his struggles, his fears. It makes him feel more human.
Definitely. It makes him relatable. Even when he's talking about communicating with Albert Einstein, you still get the sense that he's just a guy trying to figure things out, just like the rest of us.
Totally. And he's not just this cosmic explorer. He's a dad. He talks about his son, his love of trees and birds.
Right, he finds joy in the ordinary, in the everyday moments.
Remember when he went on that whole tangent about dirty socks?
How could I forget? It was hilarious.
I know, right? This guy is talking about extraterrestrials and the mysteries of the universe, but he also can't stand a dirty sock.
It's those little details that make him so authentic.
Exactly. He's not afraid to be himself, quirks and all. And that's what makes this deep dive so interesting. He's this fascinating mix of science, spirituality, and everyday human experience.
He's a reminder that you don't have to fit into any one box to ask the big questions.
So we've talked about aliens, consciousness, art, even dirty socks. What do you think, as we wrap our heads around Bright Garlic, what's the most important thing he wants us to take away from all of this?
That's a great question. I think at his core, he's urging us to be open-minded, to question everything.
To not be afraid of the unknown.
Exactly, to embrace the mystery of it all, and to realize that we don't have all the answers, and that's okay.
He even says as much when he talks about the people who reach out to him for help with their own ET experiences. He's not trying to position himself as some kind of ET guru.
He's just sharing his journey, hoping maybe it will inspire others to embark on their own.
He even says his writing can be, and I quote, a bit rough around the edges.
Which makes it even better, in my opinion.
Totally. It feels real, unfiltered.
Exactly. Like he's just having a conversation with us, sharing his thoughts and experiences in a raw and honest way.
And in doing so, he opens up all these possibilities, right? These new ways of thinking about our place in the universe.
Yeah, like maybe, just maybe, connecting with extraterrestrial life requires more than just, building a bigger telescope.
He's talking about a shift in consciousness.
Exactly. Expanding our awareness, challenging our limited perspectives.
Like we have to be able to perceive them in order to actually make contact. What do you think about that? Ever had an experience that just made you question everything you thought you knew about reality?
It's a powerful idea, right? That we have to be open to the possibility of something beyond what we can see and touch and measure.
And he even ties that back to our potential as humans.
Right. This idea that we have these, he calls them endless jewels, these incredible capabilities within us just waiting to be discovered.
It's a really beautiful way to put it. So it's not just about aliens out there. It's about the potential within us.
Exactly. Maybe the most profound discoveries we'll ever make aren't out there in space, but right here within ourselves.
Well, Bright Garlic, you've given us a lot to think about. From questioning everything we thought we knew about ETs, to re-examining our relationship with our planet, to exploring the hidden depths of our own consciousness, this has been a wild ride.
A very thought-provoking one, for sure.
He reminds us that the universe is full of mysteries, and that maybe the most important journey we can take is the one that leads us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in it all.
Beautifully said. I couldn't agree more.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this. If you could ask Bright Garlic one question, just one, about his experiences, what would it be? What mysteries would you want to unravel? What insights would you hope to gain? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time when we explore another corner of the strange and wonderful world around us.